Hi there, it's Rachel from scrappinandhappy.blogspot.com with another Let's Get Crafty video. Today's video features a Halloween card that does use some Cricut cuts and a digital colored image. So the card size that we're making today is an A2 size card, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I cut this here at 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my mat down onto the paper or the card. I decided to do a Halloween project for this card, because I've been seeing lots of really neat Halloween projects and thought it would be kind of neat to use these images. And besides, I love coloring stamped images, and I tend to do that when I am watching TV. And so tonight I sat down in my scrap room and decided to color this digital image. Now unfortunately I do not know the name of this digital image because a friend of mine, Lisa from the message boards I visit, her and I did an image swap. So I printed out 6 of images that she liked, and she did the same for me, and then we put them in the mail and traded them. So I'm actually not too sure of the name, but what I went ahead and did is just colored it with my Sharpie markers. I don't use Copics because I just haven't invested the money, and then I glittered the skeleton just so it had a little bit interest look. So here I am with my mat down on the paper, and because this is Halloween and you want to think spooky and dark and all that sort of thing, I'm going to ink the edges. Now possibly, I think I did this with the other card that I made ahead of time, but you can see, before I put the mat down, but you can see it works just as fine doing it that way. Okay, so the next step is going to be to take this green cardstock. I'm trying to pull the colors from the pattern paper, and I'm going to do a strip along here. But I'm going to be using the Drippy Glue Martha Stewart punch. Now this punch was quite popular. I don't know what, I can't remember if it was last Halloween or the Halloween before that. But I was able to find mine at my Walmart, which is why this one's green, because I've noticed that all the Martha Stewart products sold at Walmart is green. I'm not sure why there's that differentiation between colors, but I found the punch and it's perfect for a Halloween project like this. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and trimming it. So this strip was cut at 1 1/2 inches, and you can see it's the full 8 1/2 by 11 length. I like to do that because then I can size it on the card with my drippy part. So it works particularly well when you're doing scallop, to get the scallop on both sides. With this punch, it doesn't matter as much. So I'm just going to size it here. See, here I don't want to include that part, so I'm going to do it from here to here like this and just trim it. I can fix that up after to make it more precise. I'm going to trim it. And then what I'm going to go and do is run this through the bubbles in my Cuttlebug. So I'll be right back to show you that. Okay, so you can see I've gone ahead and used the bubbles and have given it some texture. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that about 1/4 way up from the bottom of the card. So I'm just using my adhesive here. Still getting used to using my ATG gun and knowing when to let go of the release button. So I'm just going to attach this at the bottom here. And you can see there's a little bit of trimming here, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then the next piece is this cut that I've cut out from Storybook, and I'm just going to glue that down. Now this I just sized in Cricut Design Studio, so unfortunately I don't have a size for this today, but it is quite a neat swirl cut, and I thought it was kind of reminiscent of this swirl here. So I'm just going to glue that down like that. Okay, and then my girl is going to go here, and I thought I pop dotted one already, but I guess I didn't. So sorry, you have to watch me do this here while I pop dot it. I'm trying to decide if I like the tape better or these pre-cut squares. And sometimes, in some situations, one's better than the other. I'm finding these difficult to get the backing off now because I have no nails. I am a teacher and I'm going to be going back to work on Tuesday, September 7th, and apparently I've been biting my nails. So I don't have a lot of nails to rip these off. Now, you could use tweezers, but I find I struggle just the same using tweezers to get that off. So I'm going to pop that, pop dot the girl, the little digital image, and you can see I'm just trying to cover up the little swirl there a little bit, and I'm going to put that there. Now, this is a Studio G stamp. Actually, sorry, a Craftsmart stamp that I found in the $1.50 section at my local Michael's, and this is from this year, and I really liked the Trick or Treat one. I have some from last year, but there's just something about this one. So what I went ahead and did and cut this out using the scallop square from the Mini Monograms cartridge, and I sized it again with Design Studio so I could get the right cut to stamp this. I had I had to have a few practice goes to get it onto the center, because you can see on the stamp block it's not perfectly center. That's one of the disadvantages of going with a stamp from the dollar store or the dollar section, is they're not, the quality isn't there the same in terms of craftsmanship. But hey, I can sacrifice that. These are cards, they're homemade, they're not supposed to be perfect and store-bought looking. Because if you wanted that, you'd go to the store and buy one instead of having fun making them. So you can see I've just stamped Trick or Treat, and then I'm just going to attach this to the bottom here. I want to make sure you can see some of the glue, the goo from the border punch. And here you go. Here's our finished card. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Let's Get Crafty. I hope it inspires you for some of your own Halloween projects. If you want to see other projects and inspiration, please visit my blog at www.scrappinandhappy.blogspot.com. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.